Hello, you guys. Shabbat Shalom. It's Friday evening, and due to the events that are taking place right now, I felt moved to read about the war that's prophesied in Ezekiel 38 and 39. It's called the War of Gog and Magog, and I'm not 100% sure that's what's happening right now, but there are some interesting parallels with what's going on right now in some of these prophecies about the war of Gog and Magog. So I'm going to read a little bit from Ezekiel 38 and Ezekiel 39. Okay, so here we go. Ezekiel 38, this is New King James Version, verse 1. Now the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Son of man, set your face against Gog of the land of Magog, the prince of Rosh, Meshech, and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus says the Lord God, Behold, I am against you, O Gog, the prince of Rosh, Meshech, and Tubal. I will turn you around, put hooks into your jaws, and lead you out with all your army, horses and horsemen, all splendidly clothed, a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya are with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer and all his troops, the house of Togarmah from the far north, and all his troops. Many people are with you. Prepare yourself and be ready, you and all your companies that are gathered about you, and be a guard for them. After many days you will be visited. In the latter years you will come into the land of those brought back from the sword and gathered from many people on the mountains of Israel, which had long been desolate. They were brought out of the nations, and now all of them dwell safely. You will ascend, coming like a storm, covering the land like a cloud, you and all your troops and many peoples with you. So I'm just going to go quickly. I did a little bit of research into who are Gog and Magog, and I'm not sure there's a consensus. There was all kinds of information on it, but I settled on the site here, and let's see. This is called crosswalk.com, and this is what he says about Gog and Magog. Magog, Meshech, and Tubal were all sons of Japheth, who was one of the three sons of Noah. Japheth and his family migrated to the area of modern-day Russia. Gog is a person who rules over the land of Magog. Magog means the prince of Rosh. Gog, or Rosh, is the old root word for the land of Russia. So Gog of Magog could mean the prince of Russia. So now let's go ahead to Ezekiel 39. So much interesting stuff here. Just a minute. Excuse me, Kari. I'm recording a video.
I'm going back.
And you, son of man, prophesy against Gog and say, Thus says the Lord God. Behold, I am against you, O Gog, the prince of Rosh, Meshech, and Tubal, and I will turn you around and lead you on, bringing you up from the far north, and bring you against the mountains of Israel. Then I will knock the bow out of your left hand and cause the arrows to fall out of your right hand. You shall fall upon the mountains of Israel, you and all your troops, and the peoples who are with you. I will give you to birds of prey of every sort and to the beasts of the field to be devoured. You shall fall on the open field, for I have spoken, says the Lord God. And I will send fire on Magog and on those who live in security in the coastlands. And then they shall know that I am the Lord. So I will make my holy name known in the midst of my people Israel, and I will not let them profane my holy name anymore. Then the nations shall know that I am the Lord, the Holy One in Israel. Surely it is coming, and it shall be done, says the Lord God. This is the day of which I have spoken. I'm going to skip down to let's see, verse 21. You can go ahead and read the verses in between. It says, I will set my glory among the nations. All the nations shall see my judgment, which I have executed, and my hand, which I have laid on them. So the house of Israel shall know that I am the Lord their God from that day forward. The Gentiles shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity, because they were unfaithful to me. Therefore I hid my face from them. I gave them into the hand of their enemies, and they all fell by the sword. According to their uncleanness and according to their transgression I have dealt with them and hidden my face from them. Therefore thus says the Lord God, now I will bring back the captives of Jacob and have mercy on the whole house of Israel, and I will be jealous for my holy name. After they have borne their shame and all their unfaithfulness in which they were unfaithful to me, when they dwelt safely in their own land and no one made them afraid. When I have brought them back from the peoples and gathered them from out of their enemies' lands, and I am hallowed in them in the sight of many nations, that then they shall know that I am the Lord their God, who sent them into captivity among the nations, but also brought them back to their land and left none of them captive any longer. And I will not hide my face from them anymore. For I shall have poured out my spirit on the house of Israel, says the Lord God. Okay, I'm going to stop right there with my reading and end that until next time.